Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the very first episode of the Total Entertainment Podcast. I'm your host. My name is Iann Brennan. First guest, we have Mr. Paul Downey. How are you, man?
I'm well. How are you? Good to see you.
Yeah. It's been a whole day since I've seen you.
I know. Yeah, it's been ages. Thank you for. Geez, I'm the first guest on the podcast. That's incredible. It's like nerve-wracking, but also very exciting. So thank you for having me. Like, Jesus, I hope I'm good.
Paul's nervous, right? Just low-key. Paul's nervous.
No, I'm all
Paul
right.
sings like myself in front of thousands of people.
Yeah.
Every 6 months.
Yeah.
Like, he gets nervous. That's okay.
It is mad, but it's kind of like you notice yourself. It's when there's a smaller crowd, it's more nerve-wracking than when you have thousands. Do you know what I mean? I don't know what it is, and so when it's very exposing something like this, do you know what I mean? It's very foreign to what
I
we do
agree.
normally. Do you know?
So to pull the curtain back a little bit, Paul is the lead guitarist in my band, The
Yeah.
Echoes.
Yeah.
Nepotism. Yeah, this is pure nepotism. yeah. Like all the music industry, isn't it? Really, like, to be honest with you, you know. So, so Paul plays in my original band, The Echoes.
Yeah.
We're doing a second album now at the moment. But what Paul is saying there with the smaller crowds, we did a gig, Swords Castle recently, 2,500 people, and that was less nerve-wracking than
15,000.
Well, yeah, probably, yeah.
Yeah.
But I would say that size crowd, the 2,500, is less nerve-wracking than us going and doing the Workman's Club.
Oh, sorry, I know what you mean. Yeah,
or the Cellar,
yeah,
where the
definitely.
crowd are like on top of you.
Of course.
You know?
Yeah, 300. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's wild.
It is weird. Like, and I think it depends on the venue as well, doesn't it? Like,
A
you
lot
can
more
have
sweaty as well.
Oh, stop. It's madness. Yeah, I love an outdoor venue as well. It's great, isn't it?
Yeah, I was fighting a wasp through that whole gig.
You were actually. I remember that. You were literally.
Absolutely, the wasp was
fist fighting the wasp.
loafing the head off me through that whole gig. That wasp was.
Yeah, it was fun. It was a good gig, though. I have to say, in fairness.
Yeah, opening for the Boomtown Rats and the Undertones was good buzz. Yeah.
Yeah, they were good crack.
Yeah. So how's things with you? Have you been busy gigging?
Oh man, she's so busy. Like between playing in pubs, like I'm doing regulars now. This and that, the Bleeding Horse. Voyager as well. Class places. Like I'm there every week. Unreal places. The staff are gas, and there's always great crowds at them. In fairness, like that's like the regular. And then on top of that, I have my wedding band going that I'm doing so much stuff with. On top of writing me original music as much as I can, do you know what I mean? That almost takes a back seat at this point. But busy is an understatement. Do you know what I mean? Like it's so funny because during the summer there, as you know yourself, like wedding season is really during that summer. So when June, July, August, those are just like super busy when it comes to that kind of stuff. And now it's kind of tapering off now. So it's kind of the calm before the storm before Christmas, like December. Do you know what I mean? November, December is going to be absolutely bonkers. Do you know what I mean? So I'm busy because I'm making myself busy. Do you know what I mean? Because I know I'm just going to have no time now when it comes to the kind of winter months. Do you know what I mean? Like the proper winter months. But
isn't it mad when people go, well, you just play music at night for 2 hours a night? Like, what do you mean you're mad busy? Like, you know what I mean? What do you do with your day? Like, you know?
I know, yeah. We're working a whole 10 hours a week. That must be the dream. Like, it's like when people say, oh, being a teacher must be so easy. You get summers off. Yeah. Like, are you joking? Like, it's ridiculous. Like, there's so much unseen things, isn't it, to being a musician? Like, even if we were doing an opener, like, let's say for the Boomtown Rats there in Swords Castle, like, our performance was about, 30 minutes?
Yeah, 35
minutes. But the amount of stuff that happens before that,
oh my God.
The amount of preparation, the amount of like stress as well, that I've only seen because you were the one that was kind of organising, you and your managerial sort of
Vinny.
management. Yeah, Vinny. It's just it's a bunch, and even not even talking about that, even talking about like the cover gigs that we do in pubs. Like, don't get me wrong, it's great crack. Like, and I know you know it as well. Like, playing in pubs, like the fact that this is our job, we are so lucky to have it. But at the same time, it really isn't just turning up and having the crack. Do you know what I mean?
But you know what? This job's not for everyone.
No.
You know, like you the sacrifices you give up. Like, I've missed pretty much my whole social life.
Yeah.
Between the years of 17 and 18, right through to now. Really, to be honest with you, like a Saturday night off is extremely rare.
You've been doing this way longer than I have.
Yeah.
You've been doing this a long time.
A long time, yeah.
Yeah, I felt like I was really late to the party, and I felt like I missed out a little bit. Like, I wasn't even that, like, as much as like I said, as much as like the job is to be out and be kind of social and everything like that, I'm a relatively introverted individual. So like, it's almost like a veneer I put on when I go out and I perform.
But everybody has that.
Oh, for sure.
I mean, there's days where you're going, I cannot be fucked with this today. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm having a bad day. I'm not in the mood. I got to go into this and that here now of a Thursday and put a happy face on.
Yeah.
And you're like,
in fairness, and you could probably say this as well. The pubs that we play in really help.
Absolutely,
because they're class.
Yeah, no,
do you know what I mean?
I agree.
Like, you can actually have the crack with the people that are there as well.
Yeah, and also there is an element of those people are also doing the same thing, right?
Oh yeah.
So there's nothing worse than going for a pint in town into a bar and there's a grumpy barman.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like it's the venues we play in, the likes of the staff. I always say the staff and Bad Bob's, this and that, all the places we play in.
Yeah.
Everyone is just sound.
Oh, stop.
You know?
Incredible. Like, and they will have the crack with you.
Yeah,
you know
of
what
course.
I mean?
They're putting on that same face that you're putting on to go to
sure.
You know, and they got to talk to the public. Imagine that.
Yeah, but we have to sing to the public. Yeah, I know. Imagine talking. Oh my god. Yeah, I know. I try my best to. It's so funny. I don't know if you do this as well, but I try and find a balance sometimes where like you can just keep singing if you want, but then every now and then you want to like chat a little bit. I don't know if you ever find this. Sometimes I talk and then I catch myself being like, "Oh, people came here to hear me sing. Yeah. They didn't come here to hear me talk. Like I'm not a stand-up comedian." It's true what they say. Was the rock stars want to be comedians? Comedians want to be rock stars.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
I'm not saying I'm a rock star, by the way.
It's funny what you're saying there. But what you're saying there, the talking thing, I'm not a talker at gigs.
At all?
No, I wouldn't say so.
It's not like I sit down and have a podcast, like, you know, on the stage and this and that, but I do like to have the crack with people, you know, especially when you find that, like, that group of, like, maybe one or two tables.
Yeah. And
you're like, you're going to be trouble, I know that. And they're like,
yeah.
You know,
so,
you know.
Yeah, so that type of stuff, like, for example, every gig I do this, I go, if anyone has any requests, send them up. Unless it's brutal, keep it to yourself. Do you know what I mean? And the first request, no matter what it is, I always say, keep it to yourself. That's a brutal request. We'll move on to the next one. And we'll do it anyway, you know what I mean? But it's a bit of crack, you know what I mean?
Recently, I've been saying as well, if I always say, look, send us a request. If I know it, I'll play it. If I don't, I'll try it. And if it's a song that like I kind of know, but not really. Like, for example, one just the other day, I got requested to do the Boxer by Paul Simon. Love the song, but the structure's all over the place and I don't play it regularly enough because I know I kind of mess around with it a little bit. So even then I was like, listen, we're all going to try it together. So if we fail, we're going to fail together.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And we failed together, but it was good
you
crack.
failed together on the Bleeding Horse that night. Do you remember that?
And do I remember it? That haunts me. That haunts
Beach Boys.
That was the Beach Boys. Gee. It was I Get Around. It was either I Get Around or God Only Knows. I think it was I Get Around.
We did both.
We did, yeah. One of them went well.
But we made an absolutely pig's ear of I Get Around, I think it was.
I think it was because
we never arranged who was doing what before it, and
yeah, I was doing the harmony and then you jumped in on the harmony and then it was like, who's doing the main part? And then there's a key change that we didn't.
This is a Friday night at 2:45 in the morning, by the way, in the Bleeding Horse.
Yeah, no one cared. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, in fairness, actually, speaking of the Bleeding Horse, you know, there's a couple of the staff there that are gassed. They're always like, if I say, look, any requests or anything like that, sometimes you get nothing.
Of course, yeah.
And then when that happens, the bar staff go, play Afro Man. And I'm like, well, all right. Yeah, sometimes.
Afro Man.
That happened once. So I started playing Because I Got High.
Brilliant.
It was brilliant, especially when the lyrics came up and I saw that there was very explicit language.
Extremely.
And I said, I'm going to skip that one. And just kept going.
Yeah. Yeah, I tend to, if we're doing like weddings or whatever it may be, even festivals with the original music, and you see kids there, if we were to do something that has a chorus, like Little Lion Man, I really fucked it up this time.
Yeah.
I tend to just not do that lyric.
I embrace it. I embrace it. I'm like, listen, you're bringing your kid to a festival. Do you know what I mean? They're gonna hear someone in the crowd saying something wrong. Do you know what I mean?
But yeah, I tend to kind of skip over that lyric or anything with a chorus in it. Really, to be honest,
I probably should do that.
Oh well,
I just don't.
I mean, it doesn't really matter, like, you know, I suppose. But.
No, it doesn't matter. But yeah, no, it's a fine line, isn't it? That you're gonna have to know your audience depending on what the gig is as well. Do you know what I mean? But like, I think when it's like a daytime gig, but if you're in a pub.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, but I'm talking about if you're doing a wedding or if you're doing
weddings are different.
You know, something like that. Like, you know, what's the maddest request you've ever had from somebody? Like the one song where you say to yourself, "Going, you have something wrong with you up there?" Like,
right. Oh no, that's a good one. I got caught out one time. It wasn't necessarily a mad request, but some guy, basically some fella came up to me and was like, with his like incredible accent. I'm not gonna try it. Maybe I'll try it. He goes,
Don't try.
he just goes, do you know any status quo, right? And like now I could tell you what it was. But this is when I started gigging, and I was like, yeah. So I was like, yeah, I'll probably do it later. And he goes, cool. What song do you know, or what's your favorite song? And I was like, I don't know. Like I really was drawing a blank at this point. I was like, you know they're hits, like, do you know their greatest ones? Do you know what I mean?
I have to say the best of status quo.
Yeah, you know, the best of status quo. and he goes, and he would not let me go with this. He goes, oh yeah. Which one?
Brilliant. Yeah.
And I was like, oh no. So I'm like, palms are sweating at this point. Do you know what I mean? And I'm like, hang on, let's get Spotify out. Like, oh yeah, that way, whatever you want or whatever, you know what I mean? That's a good tune. So I really got caught out by someone there. Actually, recently enough as well. I don't know if you ever got requested this. Class tune, can't do it with an acoustic guitar and one vocals. That's Wichita Linesman.
Wichita Lineman
by Glenn Campbell.
You don't do Wichita Lineman?
Well, you see, I hadn't up until about last week.
Oh, that's one you cannot just probably.
Well, I tried. Now I know the song. Like I know this. It's a great song.
It's an amazing song.
But the chord that it starts on, the note that you go to sing naturally is not
the note. Yeah.
So I was way out of tune, and I was like, listen, I'm going to try my best here.
I feel like that's a song you really have to know before you go to do it.
Yeah. I was about 75%, but with that song you can really mess up without that last 25%, and I really did, you know. Yeah. Now, since then, in fact, I was asked to play it last night in This and That, funny enough, and I played it. I think I played it well. I don't know. I think it went well. The only thing is, when you get to the little violin orchestra part, what do?
Just play the chords.
You just play the chords? Yeah, see, that's a smart thing to do. I just go, la, la, la. I was halfway through that. I was like, this is a bad idea.
Brilliant.
Stop.
What is your, like, if you were to say, go back to the cover gig, right? If you were to do a cover gig around town, what is your, like, picture your perfect audience, age, what are they like? What is it? Is it like, is it females? Is it a hen party? Is it a stag do? Is it what age? What's your perfect audience?
It's a great question, because like you'd usually think that like the stag do's and the hens are like the best crowd for a certain type of music.
See, for me,
that's perfect for you.
Yeah. See, mine's a stag do.
Yeah. Because you're playing Oasis, you're playing...
Totally,
and that goes down super well. And like, let's be honest, a lot of stag do's that happen in Dublin City are from the UK.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So what, your bread and butter songs...
Oh, totally, yeah. That is... Like, I like to say, or I would say, that my set is more of your sing-along rather than dancing.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
True.
You know, like mine is a group of lads hugging... locked.
Yeah. Robbie Williams kind of. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's kind of what I love.
I'd be a little bit different. Like I do put them in because like you can't be.
Oh yeah, and I do the dancing numbers too.
Oh, for sure. Like you do have to mix it up, and that's the great thing as well. Like, depending on the crowd, you test a few songs and then you find out what the crowd like, and then you hone in on that. Yeah. In terms of your original question, is what my kind of preferred crowd would be. Like I love kind of like that older crowd that likes music that I would love, because I rarely get to play stuff like Foo Fighters or stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like a Pearl Jam, like, because that's the music I love listening to.
Yeah. But it's not the sing along stuff either, though, isn't it?
It's not the sing along, but the people who do know that, and if you have an older crowd that love that stuff, they will sing along.
But that stuff is obviously, because it's not pop music, right? So it's niche. So if you hear Pearl Jam in a bar and you're a Pearl Jam fan,
well, I'm screaming. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, so you're gonna go, oh my god, he's playing. That's insane. Like,
yeah.
You know.
Well, what I've been starting to do recently, and I've kind of incorporated this a little bit. I want to do a little bit more, because you know I'm in my 30s, and we're seeing a lot of people in their 30s, kind of early 40s as well, getting out a lot more. I've been trying to find like 90s tunes that are like you might not have heard of in a long time. So I've been doing acoustic rendition of Moby. Right? Do you remember Moby?
Yes.
That's not convincing. But Moby is like, I remember listening to Moby when I was very young, and then there was like in my teenagers I just did not hear him at all. And then recently I was like, that's an absolute banger of a tune.
Which one?
So I do a mix up of the two. So I do Honey. So a bit of honey come back sometime. Yeah. And then the chords are very similar to the other one, Natural Blues. Ooh, Lordy,
no, that was that called.
That's the thing, you know. No one knows. Nobody knows the
name of that tune.
Nobody knows the name, but you know the song. And I do like a mashup now where I put the two of them together, and you can go back to singing Honey over the chords of Natural Blues, and it sounds kind of cool. And then you add the stomp box to it,
and 90% of people go, "That's the same song, isn't it?"
Pretty much. I literally had someone come up to me and were like, what's the name of that song? I was like, well, it's two songs actually. It's two songs. Yeah. But yeah, so that's what I've been loving to do. And you kind of get that when you do those like slightly niche things, you're right, you're not going to get everybody.
No.
But I love finding those groups. And usually, let's be honest, like I said, given the age group that are out these days as well, in the pubs that we're going to, and in fairness, like there's a vast genre of people, I guess, in all pubs these days. So you're if you play anything, you're gonna get someone who likes it, you know. It's great to see those little pockets being like, do you remember that song? Yeah. Absolute tune, you know. So I love playing things that like are quality songs that probably aren't played as much.
How do you feel about? It's something I get. I don't know. I feel like So what I'm trying to say is, how do you feel about if you're in the heart of a temple bar, or you're in a tourist? It's pure tourist, right? But there's always the one Irish guy, and I've been him many times, by the way. I've been him many times. I will continue to be him. Come up and they say, play a band that wouldn't be, like Aslan, right? Where they're not really mega outside of Ireland.
Of course.
Right?
Yeah.
How do you feel about doing...
Depends. I completely see where you're coming from, because you don't want to lose the tourists.
And also... I love Aslan. Yeah. And I want to play This Is and Chains and Where's the Sun, and I want to play all those songs.
Yeah.
Like if I do a gig on the outskirts of Dublin in a local boozer.
Oh, you're playing Aslan.
You're playing Aslan
all day, every day.
You know what I mean? You know? And everyone sings it and it's great.
Yeah.
But when an Irish guy comes up and he says
N17, for example.
Right. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you go, look, it's not really the place, you know? And he kind of feels like, but I'm asking you to do it. So remember I was telling you 2 weeks ago on This and That, I had the guy come up to me.
Yes.
Real guy.
Yes.
Idiot.
He was lovely.
It
was me.
No. Anyway, comes up to me, we're doing rocking tunes, tourist in, huge tourist spot. There's there's a tourist guide who comes in every Thursday, and he brings, I don't know, like 25, maybe 20 foreigners into the building. And it's a $5 a pint, right? And the place is black.
Great deal.
Like you can't move in the place. It's wet, right?
It's unreal.
And he comes up to you. One Irish guy comes up and he's like, play the Fields of Athenry. And you're like, oh, listen, man. Like, I said to him, maybe if it quietens down, I'll do it. But at the moment, I've just done Queen, Bowie, The Stones. Yeah. I've done whatever it is, all the classic rock tunes. Yeah. You know what I mean? Everyone's singing along, having the crack. You play Fields of Athenry, it's probably going
to bring it back.
Yeah, it's probably going to
bring it back. Like, yeah.
And also, could be a couple of people in here that maybe aren't into it or whatever. Yeah, I don't know. You know what I mean? So I said to him, look, maybe if it dies out a little bit, we'll do it, you know? Mm-hmm. So he goes, right, okay, I'll come back up to it in a while. Yep, sound all good. But of course, the $5 a pint, need too much to drink, right? He comes up to me 3 or 4 times throughout the night. And then the last time he comes up and he says, are you going to play it? I said, probably not, man. You know what I mean? Like the bar is packed and whatever. And then he was only short of going for me. Like he was like, you're not really Irish and you're this and that and this and that.
This and that?
Yeah. You're whatever, too PC and you're and I was like, listen, man.
Yeah.
If you knew me.
Yeah.
No, but I was like, no, man, I just can't play your tune here.
Yeah.
There's people up requesting like Guns N' Roses and there's people up requesting say, I don't know, I'm trying to think of whatever, Bruno Mars and all these kind of tunes, you know what I mean? Where people want to dance and sing and have a good time and you're doing it with the stomp box and all.
And we're not going to play Danny Boy for you.
Do you know what I mean? Like it's not the spot, like, you know what I mean?
Read the room.
If the bar was advertised as traditional Irish bar and it was a different setting, then you'd play it. Like if you went to one of the more traditional Irish bars in Temple Bar where they just do the trad music, I'm sure it's weird if someone comes up and says, lads, you don't know any Oasis, do you? Like,
well, it's good. I mean, I even look at even though it's like right around the corner, like the Voyager, for example, would have more of a touristy kind of draw because it's like a bit that little bit closer to Temple Bar. Do you know what I mean? Whereas in that one, I can see, will you play, like if someone says, will you play Fields of Athenry? I'd be like, okay, maybe it's good to play a few Irish tunes because maybe people want to hear that. I'll do Dirty Old Town or something like that. Do you know what I mean? I might not do that particular one.
What I mean by the traditional Irish songs is, what I should have said was the rebel songs.
Yeah.
You know, like Dirty Old Town is fairly the Pogue.
It's a punk. It's a punk song.
Traditional, yeah, and it's about Manchester and Salford.
Sure.
You know, it's kind of not really so much an Irish tune.
Yeah,
it was probably Irish lads, but
it was kind of adopted by Irish,
exactly,
the Irish culture. Yeah, you're right.
I could have that totally wrong now. So if I have, leave a comment.
I think you did.
Wrong.
I think you did. I've made it about Dublin. I always say it's about Dublin, even though it's probably not.
No, I'm pretty sure it's about Salford. Anyway, but if you do like a Come Out Your Black and Tans, or if you do it, it's a bit different, isn't it?
It is a little bit. Now, it's a tough one, man, because it's actually been quite a point of contention for a little while now, I suppose, with the Dublin gigging scene. But like, if someone comes up and says, will you play Celtic Symphony? And like, there's a bit of a buzz, I'd be like, yeah, all right, grand, I'll play it. Now,
in the touristy bars,
it depends. Like, it really depends.
See, in my local bar, I'm doing it all day.
Yeah, see, it really just depends. Like, oftentimes I will, you know, you read the room. If there's people looking for, and there's a group, and I'm like, do you know what's a great way that I sometimes do this? Where I'd say like something like, I don't know, let's say someone wants Celtic Symphony. I'd be like, like in the microphone, I'd be like, this fella wants Celtic Symphony. I don't know if many people would like that, do you know what I mean? But then you get, oh yeah, no, that would be great in the back of the room, Joe. That's a good way to kind of gauge it, do you know what I mean?
But also, sometimes the management will say to you, look, don't
play that song. Yeah. Well, that's the thing. I always want to check.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? You don't want to play a song that maybe doesn't fit.
Well, totally, right? So, as I said, you go into a Bad Bob's.
Totally.
You go into a Bad Bob's. I'm sure they don't want Celtic Symphony.
No, they definitely wouldn't.
You know,
they definitely wouldn't.
Or maybe they do. I don't know. But
interesting, you call it Celtic Symphony.
Did I?
You did, yeah.
Didn't even know that. But yeah,
it's actually about the football team.
No way.
Celtic Symphony, yeah.
Didn't know that. Yeah, that's funny. I didn't
up
know
the Celts, they say. You know? Anyways, we're getting on. We're getting
What did he say after
that? Cancelled. First episode. Cancelled. Told you.
Have you any songs that like you go, oh, I really don't want to do this, but it's gotten requested?
Oh,
like if people have the Wonder Walls and the Wagon Wheels.
Well, yeah. Listen, I've just become numb to Oasis. I'm not a huge fan of Oasis, but I play them because everyone wants to hear them. So I've just become numb to them. The one that's kind of coming to my mind and is Belter.
You nailed it in one.
It's Belter by Jerry Cinnamon.
I'm just.
You know,
it's.
I reluctantly learned that, by the way, just because I get it. Like I know people want the beat and everything. Yeah. And now you have people coming up in, do you know Cantor? And I'm like, it was hard push getting one of these songs out. You know what I mean?
It's not that I'm not a fan of them. It's just, even if I am into them or if I aren't, it's just, it's becoming the new Wonderwall.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's becoming the.
But it gets requested multiple times a night.
Oh my God.
And if you play it too early, then you're going to have people who came in an hour into your set being like, oh, come on, I really wanted to hear that.
You play things twice in a set sometimes?
It depends.
Never.
It really depends. If the demand is there, and if I played it super early, like I'm not playing it within the same hour, do you know?
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, like, yeah, okay, right. So maybe a Mr. Brightside.
See, I only play that towards the end.
Yeah,
like I wouldn't. If someone says, "Will you play Mr. unless someone's explicitly asked for Mr. Brightside?"
Yeah, naturally.
Come here, we're leaving in 15 minutes, but my sister loves this song. Yeah. Would you mind? And I'll be like, yeah, all right, grand.
Do you know it's a cracker? Do you ever get in the bars and you come in and you're like you've been playing from 6 to 8:30 or whatever, right?
Yeah.
And it's 20:08, and you go, right, ladies and gentlemen, we're wrapping up now. The final 2 songs, and some group comes in and goes, but we just got here.
Yeah.
And you're like,
and that's my problem.
You're like, all right,
yeah,
but I did like. What? Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Like,
it does happen. It happens more often than you might
even
think.
In the local bars outside, when you get a group of ladies up dancing or lads up dancing and all towards the end, and they go, "Oh man, we're just getting going."
Yeah,
that's great, man.
Yeah,
but I'm also getting going now in about 5 minutes.
Going home, do you
know what I mean?
Spotify is going to be getting going now in a minute.
Absolutely nuts, like, you know what I mean? It's
I know.
Like, we're just getting going. It's not my fault you do shots earlier.
Yeah, but that's when I do, like, if I have a set time to finish, let's say it's 8:30 or something like that.
Yeah.
That's when, and I know there's not going to be another musician on after me. I'd be like, I'll do an extra 2 or 3 songs. Do you know what I mean? If needs be, like, you know, But people have to understand we've been playing for 2.5 hours straight, you know what I mean? Which is it's very taxing. And especially like when you're at that point, you're playing all the heavy hitters, you know what I mean? So I often finish a lot of my songs with What's Up by Four Non Blondes. Doesn't matter what generation of people are out there, everybody knows that. And they sing along to it. Even if they don't know the song, they'll get it after the first chorus. That's really taxing on your voice as well. Do you know what I mean? So playing more after that. I mistimed a gig last night where I finished on that song and I was like, I have like 4 minutes left. So I was like, right, straight into Zombie on a Monday night.
Can I put it there? Zombie has now become that song that just is requested
all the time.
And it's like, listen, man,
I
don't know where the resurgence is that they're coming from. It's a great song. You're not getting me wrong. It's one of the Irish greats.
Yeah.
But I'm so sick of playing. Like, I will continue to play it, but I'm just like,
play other Cranberries songs, because I feel like Linger's a bit more mellow, but like Dreams as well, they go down really well as well. Do you know what I mean? People, there was a massive resurgence because of the rugby 2 years ago.
Is that what? See, I'm not a rugby fan. Is that what it is?
Yeah. So Munster they were playing Zombie throughout the Thomond Park for a while, and then when we were in the World Cup in 2023, Zombie was playing when we were playing. Now, what's after happening is the South African rugby team have now, as a bit of a fuck you to Ireland, because there's a bit of a rivalry going on, they've now adopted that. Their head coach is Rassie Erasmus. So now they're singing He's in Your Head, Razzie, Razzie, Razzie. So they're adopting that as a bit of a...
It's kind of good though.
It's pretty good. It's like I don't really watch football at all, but I see all these, like anytime I'm playing Daydream Believer.
Oh yeah,
people are singing the football version of that, and I'm like, I wish I was.
Of course,
a part of this. You were talking about Wonderwall as a.
Well, the big one, because I'm a massive Liverpool fan, but when I do Dirty Old Town, if I see a group of Liverpool fans in the bar,
Dirty Old Town,
we'll go into the Virgil van Dijk thing, but you know what I mean, like.
Sure. See, I don't even know that.
Yeah, of course.
Do you want to hear something mad as well? They're trying to make, like, Leinster. So I'm again big rugby fan. Leinster are trying to get these like fan clubs to make songs, and you know, this is so cringy. They have one that they've been trying to do for the last year, and it goes, "Are we human or are we Leinster?"
Hold that thought. Paul's gonna sing us out with that with the guitar.
Oh my god!
I would absolutely curl up my skin.
I literally folded in half when I saw that, and nobody sings it at the matches.
It would actually turn me off going. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
Yeah, but you don't go anyway, so you know.
No, not the Leinster games. No. Yeah. Have you ever seen anything mental at a gig? Like, have you ever, like, something that you'd say, if I went home and I told me missus this, or I told the lads this at home on the pub and a point, they go, "You talking shit," like.
I mean, like, years ago, Jesus. No, because it's not even no. It's probably I'm so desensitized.
Yeah.
I'm probably so desensitized.
Yeah.
I've seen some people, like, just talk absolute nonsense because they're all locked.
Yeah.
No, well, they're not all locked, but when you have it, you're playing in pubs. People have a bit of drink on board. I'll tell you one fella that made me laugh. Now, in fairness, he was talking directly to me. It's not like I saw this happening out. But I had this one fella in a pub. I was playing. Someone asked for. I think I might have told you this before. Someone asked for Radiohead, and I was like, right, it's early in the set. I'm not gonna blow my voice and sing Creep, right? So I'm like, right, I'm gonna do. It's a bit chill. I'm gonna play Karma Police.
Yeah.
So I play Karma Police. You know the ending of that goes, for a minute I lost myself. So some fella came up to me after that song. And he goes, he was an American fella. And he goes, did I tell you about this?
I think so. Yeah.
All right. And he goes, hey man, could you sing that song, I lost myself, which is not how it goes. And I was like, oh yeah, well, I just played it, but like maybe later I'll play it on. And he goes, all right, grand, yeah. Whips out his wallet and starts giving me a tenner. And I'm like, all right, well, I didn't say I'll play, like I'll try, but I was all right, grand. Tip jar, there you go. So I was like, all right, fair enough. So he ends up like parking himself right beside me, and he's like staring at me for a while, and like 3 songs later he comes over to me and he goes, will you play that song, I lost myself? I'm like, yeah man. I was like, just give us a minute, let me see what I can do. I was like, all right, grand. Keep playing, and he does it again and again, and every time he requests, he takes out another tenner. I'm like, man, I don't even know if I'll be able to play this. So I get to the end of the gig.
I don't have time to play it, man.
Well, nearly. So I'm like, all right, grand. Get to the end of the gig, and I'm playing, and I'm like, right, I'll play Creep. I'll play Creep now. This guy clearly likes Radiohead. I'm gonna play Creep. So I play Creep, and he's sitting there, and I'm like, right, that's the end of my gig. Thank you very much, everyone. Appreciate you. See you later. Turn off. unplug, start wrapping up, and he comes over and he goes, "Hey man, could you play that song? I lost myself." So I'm there and I'm like, oh man, I'm wrapping up, but like,
Stop singing it like that.
it's so funny. But this is what he did to me, and I'm literally, that's all I can remember now is how that goes.
Pop version.
I lost myself. Yeah, I know, that sounds really good. We should write that. So he comes up and he's telling me, I'm like, man, I'm wrapping up now, but I played Creep for you, and he literally looks at me, he's like, what's that? So I'm like, Radiohead, and he goes, I have no idea who they are. I was like, what are you talking about? He goes, I've never heard this song before. I was just walking past this pub. I heard you sing that, and I was like, that's really, really good. I want to hear that again. He never knew who Radiohead was. I was like, man. Here I was thinking some Radiohead super fans coming in here, and he wants me to. I just thought he just hadn't a note in his head. So
I had
one of the funniest experiences of my life, by the way.
One of the maddest things that ever happened to me in terms of a punter and tips, right? I was in Bat Bob's. I'll never ever forget this. And the Americans, the Yanks are great for the tips. Like, you know, they lash them at you, you know?
Yeah.
And this girl come up, she was punting ducky divers, fivers and all into the things, right? And she was throwing money in. Great.
Ducky divers.
Yeah, keep going, like, you know. And she comes up with 50 quid now. She says to me,
oh, yeah?
Hey man, can you play Don't Look Back in Anger by Oasis? And I was like,
I thought we weren't doing accents in this, by the way.
Oh, the Americans are okay.
All right, that's fair.
And I was like, you know, the usual. Oh, I've never really tried it before, you know. I'll give it a go. Give it a go, you know. Of course, we played at every single gig that's ever existed. And so you act into it. Oh yeah, I'll give it a go, man. Yeah. You play it, the whole bar singing it. It was the last song, by the way.
Nice.
Comes up and says, are you going to play Don't Look Back in Anger? And I was like, I just played the thing, like. Yeah. She's like, no, it goes, today is going to be the. And I went, no, that's Wonderwall. She was like, well, I want my $50 back. And I was like, get lost. I was like, you asked for that. The car park costs a fortune. I said, there's no way you're getting this back. You know what I mean?
That's brilliant.
You know, you asked for the song. I gave you the song. It's not my fault. You got it wrong.
Not your fault.
You know?
Hey man, I would have done the same thing.
Yeah, I was like, get lost.
It's funny. I actually had something kind of similar. Well, not similar. You actually completely different. I'm actually saying a different story here now. You just reminded me because you said she gave you a 50. I had some fella come into me before, again, American fella, big Texas lad, whips out a 50, he slams on the table beside me, he goes, keep them coming. And I'm like, man, I've got like an hour and a half left to play. like I'm hardly going to stop. Like I was like, but to him, oh yeah, man, I was just about to wrap up. I can feed my family tonight now. Thank you so much.
We did. So I used to do, Total Entertainment used to have a bar. It's what is the Beer Temple now? It's called the Oak, right? Don't know if you remember that, do you?
I remember the Beer Temple. I never heard the Oak.
Yeah, before the Beer Temple, it used to be called the Oak. Before COVID, right?
Cool.
And I used to do every Tuesday.
I think that's
they probably own it now.
It's a good place.
They used to be called the Oak, right? So I used to do every Tuesday, some Fridays and Sundays, right? Now, I mean, this place was deserted of a Tuesday.
Really?
Like, man, religiously every week, right? You go in, you do 8 to 10, I think it was, or 9 to 11, something like that, right? And the place was just, like, unless there was a gig on in the Olympia, it was just, I mean, tumbleweed.
Is that where the stage is up at the corner? The far corner?
It is now, but it was beside the fire exit door where it shouldn't have been, right? Yeah. So anyway, I'm doing a gig and there's literally me in this bar, then the 2 or 3 regulars at the bar.
Yeah.
And this table sat to the left, right? It's the only time I've ever seen this. It was like maybe 18, 19 Americans all at a table, right?
Right.
And they said to me, hey man, you're really good. Like, can you do any of the Chili Peppers? They're from California, right?
Right.
Or what the guy asking at least was, right?
And no one knew. You said no.
No, I said yes. And I did. So I do Can't Stop, Other Side, Under the Bridge, and
nice. That's more than I do.
Californication, right? So they're and Downey, California, right? They're the 5. They're the 5 we do, right?
More than I do.
And so he says to me, can you do any? So I did whatever it was, Downey, California, right? Whatever it was. He said he's from California, so I probably would have done Californication at Downey, California. So we did one of them.
You could pick any Chili Pepper song. He says the word California in them all, so I think you're all right.
It's a drinking game, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. So anyway, we do it, and he says, oh my God, that was amazing. Yeah. He goes, can you do Hotel California?
Oh.
And there's a nice tip in it at the end of it for you. So I said to myself, going, oh, I've never played it before. The usual acting, right? the NASCAR we want.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And we go, oh, look, man, I'll give it a go, you know, and such. And it's getting late and the song's 35 minutes long.
It is, yeah.
So anyway, finished the song and the staff there used to laugh because they used to know, they hear us singing these songs all the time. So they get it, you know. And so I finished the gig anyway, and Cold California's the last song. And this guy come up and he gave me like $50 to $100 each. Man, it was the highest tip I've ever gotten. It might be the highest tip anyone's ever gotten. They were professional golfers. Now I'm not into golf, right?
Sure, so you didn't know.
I didn't know who they were. Yeah. Now, it wasn't Tiger Woods or it wasn't Shane Lowry or it wasn't anyone it was just, so they gave me $50, some gave me 70, 80 each, right? There was like 18, 19 of them, right? The tax lads don't watch this, do they, by any chance?
I don't know, man. Burn the evidence.
Anyway.
Burn the evidence, James. delete it.
Yeah, we'll cut that.
Yeah, we'll cut that shit.
Cut that in post. So get me this each, right? And I'm going, I'll book a bleeding holiday when I go home. Like, you know what I mean? This is insane, like, you know. So they said, yeah, professional golfers. We're going into the K Club or something for the Irish Open or some Open. All right, I was going to say rehearsing, but I don't think golfers rehearse. That's just what we
Practice
say.
round.
Practicing for the Open. But I was going, oh yeah, and I'm looking around going, famous golfers, don't recognise any one of them. Man, you want to see the gear we're wearing? Like, top of the range.
Yeah.
You only don't recognise the logo, usually means you can't afford it.
Yeah.
You know that kind of way?
Yeah.
And like, these lads go, like, all into the tip jar. And not dollars, by the way.
Yeah, Euros.
Euros.
Few yo-yos.
Into the thing, and I'm going, this is unbelievable, you know?
Yeah.
And the manager...
I'll play it again, guys.
Yeah. Lads, I'm actually going to this and that now.
Yeah.
You'd say, I remember the old manager, Alex, who now owns a bar called Regan's, which is really nice. Go check that pub out. It's not a total pub, but go check it out.
Don't go to it.
And Alex went to me and he was like, how much did they put in your tip jar? I was like, I don't even know, Alex. Honestly, I don't even know. Like, you know, he was like, they gave all of the staff, like, I think it was Alex, whoever it was, gave all of the staff like 80, 90 quid each as well. Like, you know what I mean? And I was going, this is a Tuesday night in the middle of November.
Nice.
Like, or whatever it was. You know what I mean?
Take that.
Going, what is going on here?
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean? What is going on here? Like, absolutely crazy.
But our job is so hard, guys.
I know it's tough.
It's tough.
Stuff going fortune, like, you know.
Yeah, no. If it wasn't for those tips, we'd be on the street.
Yeah. So tell me, before we wrap up then, original music wise, are you writing?
Yeah, I am. I'm for the first time in a while, honestly. I've been part of projects in my younger days, but since going professional, it's been happening less and less. I've wanted to kind of allocate some time to
Writing's been happening less and less.
Yes.
Okay.
Writing has been happening less and less. Original music has been happening less and less. Like, say for like, you know, your stuff and like session stuff as well. Like, I'd get hired to be performing and stuff. But in terms of writing my own stuff, it had been happening less and less. I was part of a band called Warped Minds for years. I'm very proud of the stuff that we have out. For a short stint there, I was in another band called No Just Landlords as well. And that was about a year. But in both of those projects, it was never like, not that I felt compromised, but it was written by committee. Do you know what I mean? So it wasn't my vision. Not that it had to be.
So you'd be bringing a song into the lads and you're putting all the work in, or whoever the songwriter was, but the lads would then turn around and go, no, I don't like that. We need to change that type thing.
It depends. It depends on the song. Like back then with both of those projects, I liked the idea of a collaborative working environment. And I always found that doing that, you can find the best of everything. Because if you write something down, well, not you, because you're great, but like if I was to write something down, I know that there are like weaknesses that I don't identify. Do you know what I mean? Because I wrote it, so I'm proud of it and I think it's great.
Yeah.
But I do find the value in having someone else coming in and saying that might not work as well as you might think it does. Do you know what I mean? Stuff like that. So, but what I felt like I was actually going too far into that, where I was almost sacrificing the vision of what I wanted to do. Again, it was a great learning experience. It was very fun, by the way. I love doing it. I'm very proud of the work that we have out. Of course, now
it's still available to check out.
There's probably about 2 EPs, Warp Minds. If you just Google Warp Minds or Spotify or YouTube Music, whatever.
Head to the description and we won't leave a link.
Yeah, no, that's great. There'll be a description for Iann Brennan's music.
Yeah.
Iann Brennan and the Echoes.
Strictly.
That's it.
Paul's in the Echoes, though.
I am, yeah. So there was that, and then now, so I took some time off from being in No Just Landlords. We released one song, and I left. It just wasn't the right environment for me either. Again, very valuable, loved what I was doing, but it just wasn't the right fit at the time. So since then, I left about nearly 2 years ago now, and I was pretty much doing nothing. And in the last 6 months, I'd say, I've been kind of driving myself to write more myself, where I just write and write and write, and I record as much as I can at home. I have a plan. Everybody has a plan till they get punched in the mouth, as Mike Tyson said. But still, I have a plan, I have a schedule, I have everything that I have an idea of. It's just about making that content now and making the music, making the library that I have. And then at least then I have my vision out. I know what each song is. Now then when I bring it to other people now, I can be like, right, is there actually any weaknesses? Or at least like in a collaborative environment, it can be easy to just object to something because you can. Whereas now it's going to be like, right, this is what I am doing, and now I'll get feedback and I'll have people listen to it. I'm not there yet. That's the plan. Do you know what I mean? So, I mean, right now I'd say I have 5 songs. Most of it is written.
Are you doing? Have you planned for an album? Have you planned for EP? Have you planned for just a single? Are you going to waterfall it? What's going to
Waterfall? I think.
Sorry, waterfall. And for those that don't know, is
it's not a drinking
song release, and then you'll drop your album.
Unfortunately, and I'm sure you'd be the same. And you've released an album, but like musicians, we love the idea of just making an album. You know, like us old musicians. I don't know about young musicians these days. Come on, man. We're not 19, do you know what I mean? There's 19-year-olds releasing music these days, do you know what I mean? Which is like really good. But unfortunately, in the social media era that we're in now, people don't sit down and listen to full albums, do you know what I mean? Like if you don't release something as a single, it's not going to get played.
Musicians do. Well,
musicians do.
I'll
be the same.
Yeah, I'm a bit old school in terms of that. I think an album should be a flow. I think an album should be a
story.
A period in time that came from an artist who was expressing over months or weeks or however long it took it, how he was feeling or she was feeling and going through.
Yeah.
And that should be what it is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like Dark Side of the Moon, right?
Dark Side of the Moon. Even more recently, Songs About Jane. Maroon 5's first album.
Yeah. Even still. Yeah.
You listen to that from start to finish, an incredible story.
It's a great album. Yeah. That's a great album, yes.
Oh, man.
It's a great album.
What? Oh, man. I was just going to say, like, what an absolute banger of a first album. And then just...
Yeah, and then brutal.
But for sorry, go on.
But so for me, right, I write 10 minutes every day.
Yeah, I can't do that.
You don't have that discipline?
I'm more sporadic.
Right.
I'm more just like, I'm in the I'm at the computer, I've got the guitar there. If I do 2 hours, great.
Right.
But so, yours is more consistent, which is a bit better.
So I heard Noel Gallagher saying it, but I heard lots of artists say this, that they're of this belief, right? And you have to remember, to create music, this is going to sound mental, right? But to create music, you have to be mental.
That's true.
You're not normal, right? Musicians are not normal people.
I'm not.
You're fucking certainly not. Fucking not even a normal musician.
No.
And but you can't, like, imagine I used to say to you, like, if you say to somebody, you're going to give up all the security in your job. I've had great jobs. Going to give up all that security in my job.
Yeah.
Again, no holidays, no sick pay, no pension, no insurance, no nothing like that, right? You do all your own taxes, all that kind of stuff. You're going to give all of that up, and you don't know if in a year's time you're going to have a secure
gig,
financial support. Hey, you don't know that. Would you take it? 95% of people will go, are you crazy?
Yeah.
There's no way I'm doing that. Like, you know?
Yeah.
You have to be that crazy to do this, I believe, right? And I believe to create something as an artist, for you to express yourself or to have a vision or to have something, to then put it down on a piece of paper with a pen is extremely difficult to do.
Yeah.
So you have to be wanting to do this. Yeah. You have to be going, I want to do this. I'm a junkie for this.
Yeah.
Right? I feel like during COVID, I feel like I realised that when I was in COVID, the first 6 weeks off of not playing music, I was going, this is the best thing ever.
Yeah. I
was going Saturday nights in, this is bleeding great.
Yeah.
By week 12,
I
was punching walls nearly, and I was doing my head in, and I was like, I have to get out here playing or whatever, right? You know. Anyway, I find if I'm not consistent with what I'm doing, if I find I don't write 10 minutes every single day, I am never going to write. I don't have that thing where I'm going to go, I might go out to the shed now and just write for 2 hours and see what happens.
Yeah.
I don't have that. I have to go out to the shed every day.
Yeah.
And I sit there every day. So I drop the little one to creche. I come home. I would cup of tea, out to the shed, pick the guitar for 10 minutes, 15 minutes. If nothing happens, I put it back down.
Yeah.
And that is it. If something happens, I keep going. And I keep going until I hit the block and I go for a walk, or I go inside. I might turn on the computer, or whatever I do, or watch Netflix, whatever it is, right? Just until you hear something, or you know it's a great way of writing and you should try this, right? Instead of having the vision of being like, I'm just going to sit down and write. Do you leave your guitar out in your sitting room on a stand or anything?
I have a very small apartment, so no. Well, actually, no, I do. Actually, I do now. I've got one of those little compact stands. So
right.
Yeah, I do
so
now.
Just try this, right? Try leave the guitar on a stand, and when you're watching telly at night, just have it in your hand. And I swear to you, the best things you'll write will just fall in your lap.
Yeah. Try watching something with your partner, though. And they were like, shut the fuck up. I'm trying to watch the telly.
She has to go to bed, shower or whatever, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But just honestly, even when you're on the phone, just noodle or whatever it is, man.
Yeah.
Just have it in your hand. I swear, like, I've written some of what I think are my best songs.
Yeah.
From just doing that.
So you and I share habits, but for different goals. So you have to remember as well. So while I do work in pubs and do all that stuff, I also am a session musician. So I need to make sure that I'm a good enough lead guitarist.
Yeah, going for her.
Sorry?
Going for her.
Good
and
for
you can hire Paul to play on your track.
You can.
Way.
I'm
He's
very
a
cheap.
Guitarist, go and do it.
I'm very cheap.
Doesn't have a Gibson, but
no, I'm a Fender man.
Yeah.
If you like Fender styles,
we need to get one.
No, we don't need to get one. But
Fender styles.
Fender styles. It does sound a bit weird, doesn't it? But no. So I would have done that.
Yeah.
But not for not for like the creative process. This is more for habit building.
Yeah.
Scales, modes, different chord structures, stuff like that, where it's mind numbing to focus so much on something.
Right.
Whereas if I'm watching a telly and I know, okay, well, I have to this scale shape.
Yeah.
I know it, but I'm not fast enough. Well, then you just do the scales over and over again. You're not necessarily focused. It's probably bad practice, let's be honest. But if I can watch telly and do this over and over again, do you know what I mean? And I keep doing the scales over and over again. So I'm like, right, I pick a scale shape. Let's say the Phrygian scale or whatever mode. I'm just doing that, and then I'm going to do that. You're a Phrygian. So you do that over and over again, and it's just it helps that muscle memory. Again, muscle memory isn't the best thing when you're a lead guitarist, but still, I'm using layman's terms here. You kind of develop that, and it's better. When it's coming to creative things, like actually writing a song, I'm a little bit different on that. I'm way more focused. Like we've spoken before, you and I have vastly different creative processes when it comes to actually writing original stuff. I love and respect the way you do it, but why I love and respect it is because it's so different to how I do it. Where I'm like, it seems so foreign to me.
But everybody is different.
Oh, completely.
I'm sure everybody. Like I know lads that can't write a song unless they're sitting out in the cliffs of Howth on a bench, looking out into the middle of the ocean.
That sounds pretty cool, though.
No, and they write some amazing songs. But you're going. They're saying this is my creative process. You know what I mean? And you go, that's cool. I don't know if I could do that. I have this weird thing, right? I would love to book myself a weekend away with just me in a little hotel room somewhere, and I do not leave that hotel room unless to eat. You've done it?
I've done it with Warp Minds. We booked a house in Wexford.
Right.
And we were down for 4 nights. And we literally woke up,
drank 4 days.
We did.
4 nights.
Genuinely, we had the crack. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
We were literally drinking like quite a lot. Yeah. But we went down with the intention of the drums are set up constantly. The amps are turned on all the time.
Yeah.
The pedal boards, everything is there. It's just ready. So your point of entry, your barrier of entry is not there anymore. So, and we're all together. So we wake up, eat breakfast, pick up the guitar, and like. Some lad will be out there having a smoke with the guitar or something like that, or the drummer's behind the kit and he's just eating his cereal and then like hitting something, do you know what I mean?
God, you make them sound like Neanderthals, just eating a cereal behind the kit, smacking the kit.
Oh, well, the drummers are Neanderthals, come on. You know? But yeah, so that was I would recommend you do that.
So I'd love to do that, right?
Do it.
But I'd love to do it. So like I'd love to do it with you, right? I'd love to go because I wouldn't say I'm not so much a guitarist as just I'm a songwriter.
Yeah.
And I fucking hate that term, singer-songwriter, because everyone just gets put into this fucking category of everyone's a folk artist.
Yeah, I've put you in that category now.
This is what I mean, right?
You're there.
So
you're not going to know.
It's like you only do radio interviews and they're like, oh, we have singer-songwriter. Fuck off, you wouldn't call Bowie a singer-songwriter, you cunt. You know what I mean?
No. It is that like category where it's like you're an acoustic guitar and you sing.
Do you know what I mean?
Now you're a singer-songwriter and that's just it.
I hate that. You know what I mean? It's like, I'm not that. You know what I mean? Like,
but you're a singer and you write songs.
It's also so. You know what I mean? like, yes.
I mean, they're not inaccurate.
I play five-a-side football. I'm not a footballer.
We are. You're just not professional. You know what I mean? You're just not professional footballer.
Right, but anyway.
You play five-a-side?
Sometimes, yeah.
That was a lie.
The knee surgery.
Yeah.
The no, but seriously, like I get things where I'm sitting there writing. Many times if I rang you on the phone and being like, Paul, you need to answer immediately. I have this chord progression here. I don't know what chord to do.
This is literally every day, by the way. It's every day.
It's like I know the key I'm in, but I'm like, see, the chords I do, it's the weird chords, aren't they? It's not.
Well, so again, this is where our writing process is different. Where you find a chord that sounds cool, and then you say, what chord is that? And then I tell you, whereas I'd be like, you know what would be a really cool chord? This D diminished whatever, and and then I know I've got intention behind it. But there's no right or wrong. You go, I've been fiddling around and this sounds cool.
And also a lot of it is when you put the capo on and you play A minor 7th, trying to transition that to a keyboard.
Yeah.
Like I'd sit down, so Dell, keyboard player in the band.
Shout out.
I would shout out Dell.
Good man.
I would low key the funniest in the band.
No, that's Gav.
Yeah, probably. But
high key the
funniest. Like so I went down to Dell 2 weeks ago, sat down with him, and I did 2 new songs with him, right? And I was showing him, I was like, Dale, right? Because he has this app, not an app, on Logic or whatever he's using, where when he presses the keys, it just tells him what chord he's playing.
Sure.
Because he's plugged in via MIDI, right? So he just presses the keys, all the notes I tell him to press, and it just tells him what chord is on the screen, right?
You don't need to learn anything anymore. No, you just press buttons.
No, if I can do it, a monkey can do it, right?
Did he put a cap on the piano?
Yeah, he did.
Good man.
So he put it in, it was like, say, D at 11th, whatever, flat 5th, whatever it was, right? I don't even know if that's a real chord. It's probably not. But anyway.
D at 11 flat 5th is, yeah.
Okay. Mental chord, right? But all it is me, like a Game Over, right? So I have a song called Game Over, and one of the chords in it is like a mental, it's like a Wi-Fi password when you type it in, right?
Yeah, phone number.
And it's like F, whatever it is.
F major, that's what it is.
Yeah.
Most complicated chord ever.
Yeah. Man,
F major.
There's a chord in my song, it's called E minor, man. Have you ever heard of it?
I never heard of it, man.
Yeah.
Jesus.
But
there's going to be non-musicians who have no idea what we're talking about.
Yeah. So when I sit down with Dale, right, and because I tend to go to him first with songs, because from a solo point of view, I've always written with the piano, right? So I tend to do my melodies on the piano, my piano at home, and the chords on the guitar first, and then I'd sit down and I'd figure out my melody on the piano, right? So I'd naturally go to Dale first, sit down with the acoustic, show him the song, and we go, right, what about trying this and this? When I sit down with a new song, what's the first chord? And I tell him, he goes, that's his first reaction. He's like, fucking here we go again, man. He was like, the first album, the chords are a nightmare, he said, like, you know, and to him, it's probably just pressing 2 black keys and a white key, it's handy. But for us, it's like, it can,
It's your music is very funny as well, because like, especially with those older songs from your first album, not necessarily older, you know, they only came out a little while, but those original songs where you probably wrote them a couple of years ago now at this point. And we're literally trying to figure out what it was that you recorded. Like where we're like, okay, so hang on a second. So I can hear this note, this note, this note, and then I'm sitting there with the guitar with like one finger over here, and I'm like,
for the live shows, for when
I'm playing live shows, and I'm like, because I wasn't the guitarist recorded on that album, so I'm literally like trying to figure it out as we go along, and I'm like, here, I need a sixth finger here to play this chord. You know what I mean?
Not to say my songs are mental. Difficult.
No, but this is what I mean.
They're not.
This is what I'm saying to you though. Like your writing process. I could be wrong, but it definitely seems to me like I'm fiddling around and this sounds good. I don't know what it is. I'm not going to label it, but this is what I do. And you often use a capo as well. So
yeah, I've kind of I'm recording my second album now at the moment, and I've kind of not been using it as much.
Yeah, no, you haven't actually. which is good.
Thank God. Anyway, we're going to leave it there for the first episode of the Total Entertainment Podcast.
Flew by.
Yeah, Paul, cheers, man. Tell us, where can we find your music?
You follow me on Instagram, Paul Downey Music, and when I release new stuff, I'll make sure to put it on there.
And where's your regulars?
The regulars, oh yeah, sorry, of course, that's what you meant. You can get me in This and That every Monday at 6 o'clock is when I'm playing. Every Wednesday, I believe I'm being rotated now, but I'm either going to be in The Bleeding Horse at 8 o'clock on Wednesday, and then sometimes I'm in The Voyager, I believe, as well. So, you know, if you follow me on Instagram, you'll see exactly where I am. And then other times I'd be floating around different places. So again, just give it a follow on Instagram. You'll see me there. Any original music, I'll make sure to post it there. So I appreciate you. Thank you very much. And thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Yeah, man, absolutely. We're back next week with another guest. So tune in.
It's going to be me again.